right. Welcome, Bass Galaxy. Here we are. It's Wednesday night. You know what that means. It's time for the glorified version of a bass fishing talk show. I'm your host, Pat Renwick, and give yourself a hand, Bass Galaxy. Give yourself a hand.
Galaxy.
Yes, do it. Do it. Hey, here we are, another Wednesday night, and let's a lot of business to take care of. It's an exciting night aboard the Straycast Crazy Train. First off, congratulations to Oneida Opens winner Bill Perkins. Congratulations, old Bill, on your deal there. That was a tough derp. Very tough derp. We'll hear about that in a
What?
Huh? So congratulations, Bill. And the 2021 bass season is over as far as, elite derbs. And that's kind of sad. Actually, we have no more Bass Live events. But I want to take this opportunity to thank the Bass Nation and the good people at Bassmaster for their support of Straycast this entire 2021 season. Thank you so much to all of you for your support. 2021. Hey, with that being said, let's get right down to business. This is a cool time of the year, actually, for us, because usually on Straycast on a Wednesday night, we're booking winners of derbs. And this time of year kind of gives us a little freedom to get to know some anglers and check up with some anglers. So this week what we're doing is checking in with 2020 BASSAOY and bass angling legend Clark Wendlandt. Yes, Clark coming on the show along with someone I've been anxious to get to know a little bit in the Bass Galaxy. I got to hang a bit with him at the Classic and want to know some more about this cat. It's Luke Palmer, Bassmaster Elite Series Pro, Luke Palmer. How's that, Gingy? Oh, I'm very excited tonight. I'm hella excited tonight.
We're not recording the Sky album here.
And I am, he is, we are they. And then finally, aboard the Straycast Crazy Train tonight, KJ Queen, Bass Elite rookie. Not anymore. He's not a rookie anymore.
Sophomore.
Season's over. Yeah. Sophomore's over. So I'm looking forward to all that tonight. And that being said, it's going to kind of be that way the next few weeks. Just having a good old time. A jamboree, so to speak.
Yes.
A jamboree. With that being said, I want to... before I get to the room, I want to special thanks to Larry Kyleman. He's our iTunes guy. And thank you, Bass Galaxy, for the overwhelming support of the podcast form of this show. Thank you, Bass Galaxy. The podcast is available on all platforms. What is it? When does Larry have it up? Within a couple hours after the show. So thanks, Larry, for always kicking ass on that. Larry Kyleman, big Larry the K.
Larry the K.
With that being said, I am very excited for another reason tonight, and that's because my cohort, my sidekick, the co-host, Ryan Pop Cornelius, Bass Nation Open competitor, drummer, skateboarder, and jig maker, is back with us live tonight.
Yo.
That was a lot of titles in one. Did you see how that rolled out?
Yeah. I don't have enough hats for that.
That's Ryan Pop Cornelius Whitaker back from Oneida, where he got his ass kicked by Bill Perkins.
Big time.
Yeah.
A lot of other people,
too.
too.
Yeah, I know. You got to throw that in there, but he ain't Ariado. Oh, yeah. I know, but tough derb, and that just shows you, right? You had a good first derb.
Yeah.
And then the next one, the last one, not so good, but there's one left.
Yeah.
So you need to win 2 derbies in a row, and there's only one left in order to make the elites.
Exactly.
I don't know how we're gonna do it, Ryan.
I'm just gonna go try to catch 5 fish in this one.
You'll always be
first day.
You'll always be my horse in the race, Ryan.
Thank you.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Or difference.
It was fun anyway. I had fun for the practice.
Yeah. Hey, well, no, dude, seriously.
Lots of walleye dinner.
These are real derbs now.
Yeah.
You're getting out of the neighborhood. You're not fishing the
Yeah.
Sunday bullhead tournaments around the local orchard.
Yeah.
And now you're out.
Right.
So pretty cool.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's a lot of boats on that small lake. So Yeah, a lot different dynamic for sure.
Keep at it, Ryan.
Oh yeah.
Keep at it. Hey, so with that being said, I want to let everybody know here that Ryan Popcorn Whitaker is usually our Tin Cup Word of the Week guy, and now you're back to being
Yes, sir.
the Tin Cup Word of the Week guy. And Ryan, what is the Tin Cup Whiskey Drinking Game Word of the Week?
Funny you should ask, Pat. I was looking for a theme, and the only thing I could think of was Bassmaster.
Bassmaster.
These guys are Bassmasters.
Okay, so anytime you hear the word Bassmaster, take a little sipski. It could be of any beverage you choose. It could be a ice cold frothy Coca-Cola, a root beer float. I like that sound. And or it could be Tin Cup Mountain Whiskey, the official brown liquor of bass fishing. Tin Cup Mountain Whiskey. Yes, there it is.
Yes, sir.
Right there. And also, at this time, may I bring in the best damn engineer producer in the bass fishing talk show business, and that is Andrew Ellenberger, the punk rock
Ginger Ninja producer.
Who said that?
I don't know.
Who are you talking to?
You.
Andy, how are you?
Couldn't you?
What's going on?
It's exciting.
Andy, besides being an extraordinary, awesome punk rock producer, engineer, you also, I'm going to just let people know, I'm going to kind of let it out of the bag that you're really proud of my chefing skills.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, first, before we get into this, let's get to the real thing. Congratulations, Andy, on 4 years in a row, AOY Lake George, Hobart, Indiana.
We tried.
You did kick ass, you and Shooter
Yeah.
McGavin out there, knocking the Patuskis out of them.
Speaking of not easy lakes.
Yeah, that lake's
one
a
of 'em.
beast. And shout out to our boys Red Bud and the Hoser too.
Yeah.
Runners up.
They
Yeah.
made it interesting.
Yeah, they're always, if there's a flipping bite, look out for the Red Bud.
JP and Higgins on second there too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that derp.
Yes.
Yeah, JP
Yeah.
still fishes, which is cool.
He does.
I like that about him. But Andy, I know. I mean, congratulations on the 4 years, bud. I mean, big deal for real. That Lake
Appreciate
George is a tough beast. It's a tough nutshell to crack, Ginge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a walnut with your teeth, and you did it for 4 years in a row. So good job. But back to the whole tin cup and the chefing thing. I'm glad that you admire my chefing skills, and I got a new segment that goes along with the tin cup drinking game. This was thought of by Luke Foley. That's a true story. I just
Are you
made
going to
up.
eat a bag of chips on every word?
Every word. I will eat a Funyun every time you say Bassmaster. But no, so we have a little recipe for the viewers of Stray Cast every week to go along with the. Hold on, this is not as lame as it seems. The
The music's helping.
to go along with the Tin Cup Whiskey Word of the Week. And we're going to feature a featured dish from our Tin Cup Whiskey Pro Fishing team. And this week, it's the Matthew Robertson creation. And here's the mixture. It's the La Flama Blanca Queso Matt Robertson dip. Goes with the Tin Cup traditional, which Ryan Whiskey Scare is drinking tonight. And let me show you the ingredients. It's real easy to make at home. These BTW, by the way, are available at any convenience store. And first off, the main root is the dip. You got to have a good dip, and that's Tostido White Flama Blanca. The Blanca dip.
One of
It's
my
the white
favorites.
dip right there. That's the stuff for the ingredient one. Then any beanless chili. Any beanless chili. This happens to be Hormel. Let's get Hormel as a sponsor. We have lots of hot dogs. Yeah, Hormel beanless chili. Accompanied by lime Tostitos. That's the final capper. And that's the La Flama Blanca on them. It goes with the Tin Cup Whiskey Word of the Week, Bassmaster. When you hear the word Bassmaster.
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 Go
The
Bassmeister.
Floridian Club. Boom. Bassmaster. When you hear Bassmaster, take a sip of your choice of beverage responsibly. And enjoy some La Flama Blanca.
Put your
right
face
there.
in a bowl of dip.
Yeah, so I invented this. How do you like that, guys? How
I
do you
like
how do you
all
it,
those
Ginge?
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like it. It looks delicious, right? I don't even know if we need to heat it. We might just eat it at break. Just open the can. On the boat. Oh, and then as a bonus, I got these potato skins. Yeah. But anyway, there you go. That's the first ever segment and that's the Matt Robertson La Flama Blanca dip that goes with the tin cup whiskey word of the week. Okay, on with the deal. Now, this is very importante. You have an amazing opportunity, amazing chance tonight to win a custom boat cover. That's right, from Empire Covers. Some of you participated in sharing the Facebook post throughout the week. Now, the last cap here for all to do. Like and share this live Facebook feed. Take it off of private. Like and share this live Facebook feed for your chance to win an Empire cover. Live at the end of the show, Representative Scott from Empire Covers is coming on to announce the winner at the end of the show. That is a custom boat cover from EmpireCovers.com. Moving right along, Omnia Fishing. Shop with Seth.com. Shop with Seth.com. A chance, that's pretty amazing. $10K to go fishing at Omnia, you and a buddy with Seth Fighter. $10,000 in tackle. Ryan, you can use that.
Yeah.
$10,000, Andy.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that's your deal right there. Okay, moving it through. My goodness gracious, tomorrow, keep your eyes peeled on the Crestliner social media pages. The release of the MX-19, the official release of the Crestliner MX-19 Bass Fishing Dream Machine is tomorrow. Look at all the at the Crestliner social media pages. Finally, August is the Straight Cast month. To enter the Half a Spot Official Derb, download the Half a Spot Official app. Find the Stray Cast Derb, pay $10, and kick my ass. I got 92.5 inches out of 5 fish out of the boat, out of the north. That's pretty good. That's a tough one.
That's good.
That's a tough one. So sign up.
In August.
In Augusto. Sign up, halfaspotofficial.com. Download the app. The ultimate deal is here, you get a chance to win some good bucks and fish with guys like Mike Iaconelli and Ish Monroe and Ryan Popcorn Whitaker on Lake Gunnersville in October. Oh, my goodness gracious. Go ahead, Ryan. What are you doing?
Hey,
what are you doing?
We're going to give away how many hats?
5.
How many?
5
hats.
Yes. Like Oprah.
Yes.
You're
You
good.
get a hat. You get a
That's
hat.
what you're doing,
You get
Ryan.
a hat, but only 5 of you.
So if you say something cool about a cover,
Boat cover jokes.
Yeah, like boat cover jokes.
Yeah.
So, and if Ryan likes it, he's going to give you an Empire hat.
If you can make me laugh, I'll give you a hat. I'll be on the chat.
What do you think about that?
I think it's
What do you think about that? Like and share the live Facebook feed. Your chance to win an Empire cover. We got Clark Wendlandt, Luke Palmer, KJ Queen. All that and a whole bag of fun coming up on Straight Cast when we return. I'm Pat Renwick. Put the power poles down. We'll see you uno momento.
This is the mountain, and this is mountain whiskey. Unspoiled, untamed, forever wild. There's no safety net, no way down. Up here, it's just man, and the mountain, and his tin cup. Tin Cup Whiskey. Mountain whiskey.
nobody wants to run out of power when they're on the water. There is a better way. Introducing the Charge Marine Power Management Station from PowerPole that does the work of 3 devices: a traditional battery charger, a charge on the run, and an emergency start system. PowerPole Charge.
You take pride in your boat, so it deserves the best protection possible. Our durable woven fabric prevents ripping and provides UV protection, and our tape seams provide protection against the elements. The heavy-duty shock cord hem and strap and buckle system provide a tight and secure fit. Our top-of-the-line boat covers come with a ventilation system to keep your boat free from mold buildup. Empire Covers, protecting what you love.
The TH Marine Hydrowave H2 KVD Edition is a surefire way to ignite a feeding frenzy. The Hydrowave utilizes a sound-emitting technology that imitates bait fish and other feeding fish below the surface that preys on the competitive nature of bass and other game fish to get you more bites. The Hydrowave is another way that TH Marine has you covered from transom to trolling motor.
All right. Here we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. Welcome back. This is the glorified version of a Bass and Talk show. Make no mistakes. And I am elated right now to bring these 3 cats to you, Bass Galaxy. First off, bass fishing legend, Clark Wendlandt. Bass fishing, I guess you're going to be a senior now, Luke Palmer. And bass fishing sophomore, KJ Queen. Welcome to Straight Cast, guys. Welcome aboard. How you doing?
Doing good. Thanks for having us.
But I'm really happy you're here, and I like that you guys are all smiling about this so far. That's pretty good so far. We're doing good.
We just don't have the hair product you got, Pat.
I've been using this Biotine stuff. Thanks for asking.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
Clark's got a little bit less than I got, but you know, we're working around it.
Yeah, you know, and you don't wash it as much. You know, that's the key. That's the key. And smallmouth slime is better than largemouth slime for split ends. Just so you know.
Don't touch it with a brush.
Whatever works.
Yeah. Just letting you guys know. But enough about this BS. Let's get to the real deal, man. Welcome to the show. And I said at the beginning of the show, this is a fun time for us because we get to book guests that we want to learn about, also check in with. And Clark, let me just say, first off the bat, amazing job as an ambassador for the sport of bass fishing, winning the 2020 Angler of the Year. Great job carrying your reign as AOY, Clark Wendlandt.
Well, thanks, Pat. It was, this year didn't go quite as well I'd wanted it to go, but last year was amazing. And we've seen what momentum will do in the sport. It's amazing when it really gets going in the right direction.
But you're a true champion, and you were a great representative of the sport, and that is exactly what I'm trying to convey there. So great job. We're proud of you as Bass fans, in other words, Clark. How's that?
That's awesome. I appreciate it.
And I thought I'd start by just saying a few cool facts about each one of you guys that you might not know about each other. And KJ and Luke and Bass Galaxy, get this. I want to tell you something about Clark here, how much of a badass he is. Now, Clark is one of the only guys that I ever have heard of that's actually was like, in other words, he was having a heart attack, drove himself to the hospital during a derb, recouped, and then came back and became the 2020 Angler of the Year. That's pretty damn impressive right there, guys. I mean, come on. That's B.A. Baracus stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying right there. Also, I want to let you two guys know that this legend Clark Wendlandt also made more from an action figure royalties than he ever did from a signature bait. So that's pretty cool, too, about Clark. He had his own action figure. Impressive. I don't know if we'll ever see a KJ Queen action figure, Clark. I don't know. Anything's possible.
Hopefully. Maybe one day. Did
it have the Kung Fu grip?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's for spinning rods.
Oh,
spinning rods.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, and Luke, get this. Clark Wendlandt was not on one, but the couple 2-3 cereal boxes. I think you were on the mini wheats and the cornflakes, weren't you?
I was.
Clark, that's impressive stuff. Give it up for Clark Wendlandt right there, guys. Did you know all that, KJ?
I had no clue.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
Well, KJ wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, that's why. Well, now he knows. I was talking with KJ earlier. I said, KJ, what do you know about bass in history? He's like, well, man, I used to watch Bassmasters, And then he told me how he used to watch about. Then he got in the sneak, how he'd watch old tapes, Clark, so he could see what was going on different lakes.
Oh, I've been watching them. I've been looking at him.
I know you're sneaky. I know you're sneaky.
Trying to pick up the secrets.
Hey, Luke, did you know that Clark was on a couple cereal boxes?
Oh yeah, I've followed Clark pretty closely my entire life because he was one of them guys I really looked up to and loved his demeanor and how he presented himself, and I try to do the same. So it's pretty awesome to be on the show with him.
That's awesome, dude. Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Hey, do you have that stuff at home, Clark? Do you got the action figures and the cereal boxes and stuff? And is there cereal in there still in any of your boxes?
Oh no, the cereal is long gone. I mean, it doesn't do good after about 5 or 6 years. I figured that out pretty quick.
Oh, goodness gracious. But I mean, pretty cool stuff. And all kidding aside, we'll get into a little bit of tournament stuff, accomplishments with you, Clark, in a moment. But man, I mean, dude, not a lot of bass anglers can say that you got a cool action figure and you've been on cereal boxes. You know what I mean? Like Denny's been on the cereal. That's pretty cool. Jimmy Houston's got the most popular action figure. Everybody knows that, but but still it's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool stuff. Let's talk about you, senior, Bassmaster senior, right? How's that gonna be, Luke? It's your 4th year.
Well, it's I hope I don't get that senioritis, and not want to perform and skip out a little bit. Yeah, but it's I'm enjoying it.
Good. Good.
I'm hoping I'm learning a little bit, and wanting to be better.
Here's some fun facts with you. First off, like as I see now, it seems you are live on locale from the office of the Luke Palmer's Hardware Emporium. Is that correct?
Yeah, heck, when I'm home, this is where I'm at 99% of the time. So it's kind of, plus I don't have very good Wi-Fi at my house, which is out in the country. So what better way to get in the big old town of Colgate and come to my hardware store and do it?
Hey, I can't see it all too well behind you, but KJ and Clark, I don't know. It looks pretty damn messy in Luke's office, doesn't it? Look pretty chaotic in there.
We got a lot of stuff going on, trust me.
Real crowded. Yeah, I bet there's a lot of video watching goes on in that office.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
He's got a sweet cassette boombox back there.
I see that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
from
Check
Breaking
that
2
like
Electric
that,
Boogaloo. Yes.
You got a white snake tape in
We
there?
even got a VCR back here.
What's that?
That's it. What's the name of the store?
CNC Hardware.
CNC Hardware. Okay.
Like the Music Factory.
Yeah. Everybody break down. Bow, 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 bow. That's the CNC Music Factory. But that's Luke Palmer's CNC hardware store. Pretty cool. I love it. I love it. So that's a pretty fun. Did you guys know he ran a hardware store there?
No idea.
Yeah, man. Working man. Hey, Clark, Bassin ain't easy. You know, we all ain't got action figures. You know what I mean? You gotta start somewhere.
Hey, let's just say the action figure didn't take me too far.
We know it was that 5 fish every time. We're all kidding aside.
I guarantee you.
We know. Hey, Luke, I want to tell you something. I mean this with a compliment too, and it kind of ties together. You're very athletic when you watch the game day tapes. Think, the Luke Palmer hook sets, the agility in the boat, and I could tell you're a baller, man. I could tell you've played some ball in the days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I played a lot of basketball, a lot of baseball, but I knew that wasn't going to be my calling in life. You know, I'm not 7'4", and I don't have a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, so I was hoping that fishing might be my outtake, and it turned out a little bit, but you know, I knew that when I was done with my last ball game, that it was time to grow up, I guess you'd say, in a way.
Time to grow up and go bassing. Is that what you're saying?
I guess you want to call it growing up for go fishing, but you know, it turned out good for me, but you know, it took me a few years to get there.
And I say that as a compliment. I think it helps you on the water, your athleticism. I mean, another guy, one of Clark's buds and heroes, Rick Clunn, was an amazing basketball player. You can tell by the way he moves, his agility on the water. How about it, Clark?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think a lot of the very best anglers can get around the boat and probably got around the court pretty well.
And he's a good example of it. This Luke Palmer right here, Clark. He's a 20-point a game point guard, shooting guard, 20-point a game guy. Now this is the crazy part, KJ. Get this. Nobody says this except a guy like Luke Palmer, and this is why you need to watch him on tour next year, both of you guys. He likes playing defense better than offense. No basketball player ever likes defense better than offense. Watch out for him. That's a tough one right there, guys. You're crazy, Palmer. You're nuts, bud.
Hey, when you can shut down the top dog for the other team, that helps you win. And whatever it takes to win is what I was going to do.
Exactly. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are shooting prayers from the top of the key. You're in there stealing balls. In fact,
chucker.
Yeah, exactly. He led the state in stolen balls in what year? I dug deep on this.
Sophomore year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Led the state.
In strips?
Yeah, in strips. Yeah, he's no player. I mean, he is a player.
You don't play it. No.
Exactly. And here's another cool thing you guys might not know about Luke Palmer. He basically didn't have shit ever handed to him, as is evident. Right now, he saved all his rubles cutting grass and laying stones and landscaping stuff to get where he is. And you're a working man's bassin' man. And we like that about you, Luke Palmer. Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some Luke Palmer fun facts. On to you, KJ Queen.
Man, that's hard to beat right there.
Well, I mean, you're kind of like a textbook bassin' man. KJ, you're a sophomore dude, but get this, Luke, get this, Clark. He don't know anything else but bass fishing, this kid. That's all he knows how to do. He just basses. From the time he was like 8, that's all he's done is derbed. Just fish derbs. Pretty cool deal. His fishing partner in high school was his sister. That was the team. And Pops was the boat captain and supported every dang derb they did. So that is very cool. Real cool about you, KJ.
That's awesome.
That was an awesome experience. Just getting to go through the high school fishing and then get to do the college fishing and, do it with my sister and my dad. It's been awesome, man, honestly. And, learning experiences over the years, just the stepping stones to get to where I'm at. It's been really cool.
Dude, when I heard that, I'm like, oh, wow. That, like, most brothers and sisters in high school are tooth and nail, clawing at each other. I mean, and you're here fishing derbs, which is stressful enough as it is. And that's a pretty cool deal, man. Pretty
Oh,
cool.
yeah, it's been definitely a fun time with her in the boat. I remember one time we was fishing a tournament, and I'll never forget this, and I hope she's watching. And I turned around. We was fishing this railroad track at Dardanelle, and here comes a train down the tracks. And it usually don't make no sound on the horn or nothing like that. Well, all of a sudden this train just starts. This horn goes off. We're like, man, we're not gonna catch one for like 20 minutes. Well, we turn around and look, and my sister's in the back of the boat doing like this, getting the horn to go off on the train.
The old classic.
Yeah. I was like, oh my goodness.
That's outstanding, man. And then, okay, right from high school, here's the next textbook part of it, guys. On to college, Bassin. And he went to a college that seems to breed or let's say spawn pro anglers, and that's Bethel. You're a Bethel guy, dude. And you did. I mean, you were even team of the year at Bethel, correct?
Yep, correct. Yep, that was awesome, man. It was a great experience. Bethel, honestly, dude, just going to Bethel and getting to fish around with those guys, that level of guys just helped me learn so much because I got to get experience from all across the United States because I got guys from Washington, guys from Texas, guys from New York. Everybody's coming to one central place, and I get a little bit of a tip or an idea from somebody, get a little bit of another fishing idea from somebody else, and try that at different places around the United States, and it seemed to work off pretty good.
Yeah,
so,
and you're doing. You're doing all right, and you seem, and I say this with respect, you seem like a kind of a fly by the seat of your pants kind of angler. But when it comes together for you, it really comes together for you. And we've noticed that, like your Sabine finish. We'll talk about that soon. But get this, Clark. Here's another thing. Get this, Luke. This is a fun fact that I know about KJ Queen, that he really has trouble remembering to fuel up. Also, he has trouble gauging how much fuel is in his water sled. And why do you have so much trouble with this whole gas concept?
Honestly, I don't know. That's a tough one. I knew it was going to come back to bite me in the butt sooner or later, but
the whole put gas in a combustible engine to make it go thing is kind of baffling to you at this point of your career.
I know. That's that. You think I'd get that by now?
What do you think about that, Clark?
Pretty important. But actually, I will say this. David Dudley had some issues with that early in his career, so maybe KJ's following after David.
Well, that's not a bad deal. David catches 5. Yeah. Okay, all right. You'll get it together sophomore year, KJ.
Hopefully so. Hopefully I got it this time.
Dude, I'll never forget. We're at, I think it was Pickwick, and me and Fighter rolled up in the service yard over at Mercury, and you're there with the dude, and I don't know, my boat just not starting to. And the guy's like, "You're out of gas, bud." You're like, "What?" But hey, it doesn't stop there. Like 2 events later, you forgot again to put gas in your boat. I texted it to Zona. He said, "No, you're kidding. That didn't happen twice." Yeah, it happened twice to this kid. That amazing.
Dang, that's good.
Hey, but good year for real, man.
It.
Good rookie year. Absolutely,
Thank
KJ. Absolutely. Hey, I want to take the opportunity at this time to kind of go over some individual derbs with you guys, and Clark, I want to start with you because you have very unique, what do you call it? Privilege, I guess we could say, of being involved in the different eras of Bassmaster tournaments, Clark. So you first off, I mean, let's go way back. You were in the invitationals way back. Way back. The top 100s, the top 150s, Clark. You were in those, and you were in the famous Mega Bucks, too. I mean, and of course, now the Bassmaster Elite Series. So you've pretty much experienced, that's all guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that all the types of tournaments in history?
I think so.
Of bass?
Of bass, yeah.
Wow.
Everyone of them.
Yeah. I kind of just thought about it. Have you ever thought about that? Clark?
Well, I've been around a long time now, Pat. I mean, it's about a 30-year career. So, yeah, I've been doing this a while.
30 years. 30 years, bud. That's pretty cool. Here's a couple I want to talk to you about. First off, let me see if the first one is I want to talk about Mega Bucks events. How cool were those competing in that? And in particular, the Old Hickory one. Isn't it? You are like in second place in that one. I saw you cringe a little bit on that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, I
know.
Every angler's got tournaments that he thinks he should have won. It doesn't matter at what level, but I promise you, I've got quite a few, and that one's real high on the list.
What year was that, Clark?
Oh gosh, I really don't even know the answer to that, to be honest.
How old was KJ then?
He wasn't born.
Hell, I don't know if I was born yet.
I know you weren't. I don't know when. But second place, Old Hickory Mega Bucks. I mean, everybody remembers, of course, the famous Larry Nixon Mega Bucks deal. But I mean, you were involved in all that stuff. And tell me about a Mega Bucks derb. It had to be exciting for you guys as professional anglers at the time.
Oh, absolutely. The way those tournaments worked, you fished a lake, but they kept one area. And then in that one you're talking about at Old Hickory, it was one creek. So they kept one creek off limits, and then they divided it up into 10 sections. And you started on a certain section and just followed everybody around, fished the whole thing.
Yeah, in a rotation. I remember. What do you think about that, Luke? What do you think about that, KJ? Like, Luke, you first. What if you had to follow behind like Greg Hackney flipping bushes in a creek? Like, would you flip out, KJ?
Man, that'd be hard right there. I'm telling you. I mean, talk about like mental. I mean, definitely get to you, no doubt.
I mean,
I remember watching those. Like, wasn't it in the 2000s whenever they kind of did that stuff with bass at one time?
It was.
And
yep.
I was like you say, you got to go behind Hackney or Biffle or someone like that, and you're flipping bushes, and they're going to be in the bushes.
Brower, your boy Brower. Gosh,
you get in a bad rotation, and your mind would just, outer space.
Dunsville.
So the mental stability there would be rough. For dang sure.
Clark, did you ever
I wouldn't like it.
Yeah. Clark, you ever have a real rough Mega Bucks event?
I can't even remember that far back. I remember the seconds, but the rough ones, I mean, I'm like, get that one out of here. I don't even need to be thinking about that at all. So I'm sure I've had plenty of rough.
Dunsville. Now, Clark, remember when, and I don't know for sure if this was the 100s and the 150s, but what was the derbs where you guys shared boats with another professional and then split the days? Were you in that one? Like, it's like, so you'd have Clun and Brower in the same boat, and they would split the boat in the day. Were you in those events?
No, I mean, the invitationals, that could happen. I remember the very first invitational I was in 92. Nixon and Shaw Grigsby drew out together.
Gotcha.
And the only reason I really remember it is because they were about 4 boats ahead of me, and we were heading out into Ontario. I'm in a little 18-foot Hydrosport, and they turned around and went back. They like scared them to death, and I just kept on going like a total fool. Kept on going
Hammer
straight
down
out in the middle of that lake. So
that's awesome. That's amazing. And dude, I want to just bring something to fact here that you do good in the north, Clark. You do really good fishing in the north? Tonka, you got a couple real good finishes in Minnesota. Of course, the New York has been good to you. I mean, why do you think you just like the north? You like hanging out here sometimes?
Yeah, I like smallmouth. I like aggressive, and I like aggressive bass. I mean, and I like big places. Now, most of the places up north are big. Whether it's St. Clair, Ontario, St. Lawrence River, Champlain. All those places are gigantic, and to me, I've always thrived in those kind of places.
Yeah, and we've watched it throughout history. And may I just please bring to note right now, Clark Wendlandt, you are not only a Bassmaster Angler of the Year, but also 3-time FLW Angler of the Year. So, wow on that one, bud. Wow on that one. And before we move on, I just want to bring this up too about you, Clark Wendlandt. I'm trying to educate those that may not know, but you're a special animal, Clark, because you are one of the few 2-tour derbers of history, and it's made you fierce. It's made you fierce on the water. We've watched it as bass fishing fans over the years. There's not a lot of you. The only one left now is the Jedi John Cox. He's the only one. But he's not. I don't even know if he's actually I think he's a robot. Actually, he's some sort of. Yeah. He's from the Orient or something, and he's a robot made overseas.
That's why he doesn't need the electronics. He's got something going on.
Yeah, something's happening. Yeah. But anyway, regardless of the fact, Clark, all kidding aside, guys like Greg Hackney, Rick Clunn, yourself, in 2000 you won AOY over there at the FLW and against the best in bass fishing at that time. So, KJ, Luke, if you guys didn't know, that's a 2-tour guy right there, and he's still out to kick 100%. Your ass. Don't kid yourself.
I guarantee he is.
Don't kid yourself. And I'm telling you guys all this stuff to intimidate you next year on too. See, I'm working for you, Clark. You see how I'm doing this here?
I know it, Pat. But the thing about it is that they're unintimidatable.
Okay.
You can't intimidate them. I mean, the thing about it is young anglers got confidence. These guys got plenty of it. I don't think they're too worried about me.
I'm glad you said that. So hold that thought, Clark. Okay, we got a whole thing we're going to talk about confidence in a minute. But let's move on to Luke Palmer. I want to talk to you about a couple derbs, Luke. Okay. And the first one, and correct me if I'm wrong, this was maybe your first open ever, and it was on the Red River. Is that right? Was a Red River?
Or maybe my second open.
Second open.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha. And right off the bat, you kind of made the commitment to jump into bassing, and you get a ninth place finish right there on the Red River. Let me back up a minute. I kind of missed my own notes on this, but you started in 16, right? You started fishing the opens in 16. You took off 17 to, like, as I understand it, maybe save up a few bucks. 8
hardware store.
Okay. And qualified in 18, and the rest is history. Right?
Yep, that's it. Pretty much.
Okay. So there we go. I had to back up a minute on that deal right there. But I want to talk about that Red River. First off, I'm intrigued by river fishing. I'm intrigued by the history of the Red River. I think Clark might remember the one from 2000 or 2001 FLW with, I know you were in it, Clark, and I think Craig Powers was digging in brush piles with snakes and grabbing 4-pounders. But Luke, talk to me about that derb. Basically, your first year out, and man, kicking butt on the Red River. That's pretty good, 9th place.
It was, but that was the one tournament that aggravated me probably more than any tournament I've ever had.
Oh my goodness! I picked two today. I picked the one
Yeah,
for you,
yeah.
Clark, at the Mega Box. Now I picked this for Luke. I'm sorry, but that's good.
You know,
Keep going.
It was an eye opener, and I knew I was young, you know, and probably still dumb. But I ran way down, locked twice, and got down there, and something wasn't right. And I fished for 30 minutes and turned around and locked through. And I know my co-angler was like, "Look at this idiot," you know, running all over Hell's
Wow.
Half Acres.
Yeah.
And I pulled back up and wham in a couple of areas, and I catch 12, 13 pounds, and I quit fishing because I know that's enough to make the cut, you know, to fish top 10. And the next day, there was absolutely zero current. I never caught a fish off of any of that stuff, and some stuff I'd saved got Sylvania'd in. And I said I would never lay off a fish ever again in a tournament because you never know what the next day is going to bring. And I've laid off a couple of times this year, and it's kicked me in the teeth. But that was the one that it was definitely an eye opener, saying, "Hey, maybe I can fish with these guys a little bit." And I don't know yet, but it was very interesting and kind of humbling at the same time because you never know what your next day is going to be, and you better fish it like it's your last, every single one of them for me.
I like that you said that.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe both factors motivated you. The fact that you kind of felt that you screwed up in the tournament, and the fact that you still had a decent finish. I think that both of those are motivating factors to keep you going. And which brings me to your first Elite Series derb ever, and that was the St. John's River 19, and pretty decent showing, bud. Right? Not
you
bad.
know it was
Not
and
bad. 19.
Now, I mean, I was happy with it, but I was still mad about it. I was fishing. Me, Lee, and Patrick were all fishing the same reeds.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, literally, we were talking to each other the whole time we're fishing and just jacking the heck out of it. It was dumb.
You're bringing snacks. You're like, who's got the beef jerky today and the cheese crackers?
It was. I mean, I remember us sitting there and it's like, would you guys hurt and catch a damn fish so we can get going? You know, I mean, it was, we were literally that close to talking to each other. So we had a blast doing it, and we all kind of done our own thing in the area. But I really wanted a top 10, or it might've been 12 then, whatever it was. But it gave me that little bit of thirst, and cause I'd never been to Florida. So
really,
it was
that
exciting
was your first time
to learn. And oh yeah, hell, I hadn't fished out of Oklahoma, but like 3 times in my life up till fishing the Opens.
Man, so and Florida's, I mean, how about it, Clark and KJ? Florida's a tough animal. I mean, that's no, you know, but you did okay too on your time out there in what was yours? Kissimmee, right? Was one of your first times in Florida, right, KJ?
It was, yeah. It was one of my very first times. I had an open down there on Kissimmee, and I actually did pretty good in it. But I like Florida. I got a buddy that lives down there, and I got to go and fish with him a good bit over the last years in college, or like last 2-3 years. And I seem to learn it a little bit, but I still got a lot to learn, no doubt. And it's definitely a whole different creature itself.
I think it's interesting too, Clark. And if you look at the history of bassing, how Ray Scott was so smart about always picking Florida as like, you know, your opening locale. You know, he's like, let's get everybody to the Sunshine State, the big bass capital, and we get all the Yankees down there, and we'll have a big old bassing time. You know what I mean? And that's brilliant if you think about it. Just like what they did with fiberglass boats, what Forrest and Ray Scott did with that whole deal. I mean, but think about it, man. Florida is kind of like, hey, not only spring training, but bassing.
Yeah, it's really pretty awesome. It seems like probably out of all the years I've started in Florida, which probably is every year, maybe, but just a couple, you know, there's snow and ice, and guys are having a hard time even getting there. I mean, the Johnson brothers are struggling even to get there in the ice, you know? And so You know, and even from coming from Texas, I've gone through ice before to get to Florida. But once you get there, it's like awesome. I mean, you're dealing with spring-like temperatures. Bass are spawning. There's giant fish there. So yeah, it's pretty brilliant. I think it's a great place to start.
And you know what else? Another element thrown into the game of a little bit of danger is the ever-present sunburn that professional bass anglers seem to get during that first week of practice of the year. You know,
northern guys.
It's it's always something they're dealing with. A little pinchy skin makes it a little uncomfortable that first event. You know what I'm saying, guys?
With those shorts on, no back of the knees getting fried.
Oh yeah, get that
the
bacon
worst.
ear. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. Hey, let's talk one more dirt before we get on to really get to know you guys, and I want to talk about the Sabine River tournament with you this year, KJ, and great job at that event, a top 10 for you, and we got to really see you and see your prowess. On the on Fox Sports and Bassmaster Live, and that was pretty cool. That had to be a pretty special event for you, bud.
Oh man, no doubt. It was definitely special. And, you know, just to make my first ever top 10 like that, to make it there, get there, it was awesome. Just to roll through that line at the end of the day on the fourth day with having the crowd beside of you, drive through stage. I got chills riding through that line. It was awesome.
Top 10, bud. You know, not bad. Not a lot of rookies can say that. Top 10, first year out. Pretty damn good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, pretty good, bud. We like seeing you. We like your style. No doubt about it. Let's have some fun, guys. Let's talk bassing. Let's talk life. Let's get to know each other. And I think not a better place than over a meal. You know, let's Andy, where you want to take us today, Ginge? Where are we going? Oh, a cantina. Aha. I like it. I like it. I like the carne asada. I like steak and red meat. What do you like that, Clark?
Yeah, you know what? Not really. I'm kind of an enchilada, taco, fajita kind of guy.
Okay, I got you. I like it. How about you, KJ? You go to a Mexican restaurant. What are you getting?
Probably gonna be steak, rice, and cheese, or chicken, rice, and cheese. That's about it.
Okay, all right, very basic. I got you. Very American at a Mexican restaurant, but you can't go wrong there. How about you, Luke? What's your favorite?
I'm gonna have to agree with I'm gonna have to go with KJ on that. I'm a chicken and queso and rice, just simple, and then maybe a margarita on the side.
Okay, there you go. I see you. A tough week at the hardware store. You're like, gosh dang it, inventory didn't line up. I'm having me a margarita. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Clark, earlier you talked about confidence. And wait, hold on 1 second before we go any further. I do again, as we're sitting down here at dinner, congratulations again, Clark Wendlandt, 2020 Angler of the Year. And I want to get your view before we move any further about the dominance of a gentleman named Seth Feider and the guy that took over your role as Angler of the Year this year. You know, a little bit of something.
Well, Seth had an awesome year. I mean, we all know that. You know, it's just been really impressive to watch him. I followed him a little bit when I was fishing FLW. Came over to Bass. That I remember. You know, his comment on social media at the St. John's in the first elite that I fished was, I didn't have a very good practice, but it's derby time, and let's get this show on the road. You know, I mean, he said, let's get it going. He didn't care.
Yeah.
He didn't care if he had a bad practice or not. And I'd say, you know, after 3 years, he's been the most dominant angler there's been. I mean, that, you know, in all honesty, I think he deserved to win Angler of the Year. There's been some other guys that have really performed well, but I'd say Seth overall has been the best. And I mean, he closed it out this year. I mean, it was an incredible year. He caught him every tournament. I mean, there wasn't any doubt he was going to be in the top 20 every single event. And so it was just really impressive.
100%. The kid is not a hammer. We cannot say that. He is a mallet. That is a mallet. That is a gauntlet. That is a freaking gauntlet right there. And I know. I mean, the kids, there's something wrong with him. You guys ought to be careful. Yeah, he's the lion has been unleashed. That's all I'm saying. Hey, I wanted to get your take on that, Clark, and I had meant to get that. Especially we needed to do that before Luke started drinking the margaritas. Yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, Garcon, more raw oysters, and on with the show. Here we go. Back to the cantina. Yes, I like it. Confidence. Clark Wendlandt, you brought up the word confidence. Angler of the Year's got to have confidence. But Clark, right now, hold on.
Confidence is a strange thing in fishing. Though. Go ahead.
It's 100% a strange thing. Yes, thank you. You're bringing me right into it. At this point of your angling career, scale of 1 to 4, 1 the lowest, 4 the highest. Clark Wendlandt, where are you in your confidence level of angling?
Well, right now I'm actually a 4 because it really comes all after each tournament you fish. I just fished St. Lawrence River, finished 3rd. Feel like I should have won. So yeah, I mean, things are really great right now. If I'd have had a terrible tournament, I'd be on a 1. If it would have been an okay tournament, it'd be a 2 or a 3. I mean, it's only as good as your last Derby. That's just the way it is.
Awesome that you said that. And funny that you say that, Clark. That's the advice that Denny Brower gave Seth last week on the show here. You're only as good as your last tournament. So I thought that was pretty cool. Hey, KJ, I ask you, bud, 1 to 4, angling confidence right now at this present moment. Where are you?
Well, after I heard that, maybe pretty low because St. Lawrence for me wasn't too good. It was like a 90th place finish, you know.
Oh no!
But coming out into it, honestly, like I don't know, 3 or 4. I just feel confident. Like I don't know, I had a decent year. Just hopefully go out next year. Just keep getting to try and catch some more fish. Going to fish some similar places that we fished last year. So at least I'll show up to some of them not having no clue of nothing about it. So. At least it'll be a little bit better.
Yeah, and do you find, KJ, that maybe sometimes it's better to give like 0? Look at Clark. Look at Clark shaking his head. Why are you shaking your head, Clark?
Well, I'm shaking my head because at that age, you got confidence. It doesn't matter if you catch them or not. I mean, listen, if those two right there don't have confidence, they're in big trouble. And I promise you, they got plenty of it.
Okay, I think they do too. I think they do too. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Yeah, you can tell. Palmer, I mean, with that being said, you better answer 4, bud.
I want to go with like a -6 because I was pissed off after my last tournament.
Okay.
But I've learned like Clark said, after every tournament you learn something, and I feel like I'm learning a little bit more every day because which Clark's a hell of an angler up north. From where I'm at, the smallmouth are. We just don't have that type of deal. And Clark's he's learned them and has done well. I don't have the experience up there to learn them. And I stayed up there a few more days after I cast. And that St. Lawrence River is not going to kick my butt again. I hope not. So
okay.
I'm trying to learn a little bit more, and I'm using a spinning rod more. So it's my confidence is getting up there, but I try to stay pretty just chilled out because if I get too confident, I end up 95th like I did at Knoxville.
So. Well, hey, never again.
Nah, that's it.
Never again, Luke.
I hope not. I hope not.
Basically, we want people to just call you and let you know how the hardware store's doing. And you just bass. That's what we want. That's what we want.
That would be cool, but nah, it won't happen.
Don't say won't. Get that confidence level up. Level up. Hey, I want to get philosophical with you guys for a minute, maybe a little spiritual. And Clark, let me ask you this. Let me make this analogy. I think that you and I share similar views on this. And so basically, and I'm trying to think how to put this as tactfully as possible. I believe that God's presence is always there. We just need to ask for his help. So in other words, like in history, there has only been like a few instances where God is punching somebody in the face with a burning bush. You know what I mean? It's there's not, there's not a lot of that going on. Okay. But he's always there for us. Okay? Here's the twist. This is kind of where I'm going with this. Do you believe, Clark, that for a professional bass angler, that the win is always there? You just need to acknowledge it. Do you know what I mean? For you as a professional angler, that win at every tournament you fish, is that there? You just need to properly acknowledge the win. What do you think about that?
I don't know about that, Pat. I mean, I actually think the win is available at the elite level to 75 to 80% of every angler there.
It should be, yes.
100%.
Yes, sir.
I'm not saying 100%, but I'm going to say 75 to 80. And, you know, most of the time, the very best tournaments come after the very worst practice. And it's because you're able just to go. I mean, quit holding on to what happened in practice, but just go. And when you can just do that, a lot of times that's when the best things happen.
100%. Thank you, Clark. And that's exactly the answer I was looking for, because what I was getting at is every one of you Elite Series anglers, or you should, as you said, 75 to 80%. And 100% of that 75 to 80% should be able to win every tournament, or have the potential to win every tournament they enter at that elite level. That's what I was getting at.
Well, I think 100% have the potential, but the reason I said 75 to 80% was because you just don't know the circumstances that are going on in each angler's life. I mean, there's things that happen away from fishing that take you away, that pull your confidence here, or, you know, get you worrying about something there. And so you got to be all there. You got to be all there to win. And so, you know, that's why I say in any given tournament, I think about 75, 80% are there ready to win. And
also, 100% of the field can also take themselves out of every tournament, I believe, mentally.
I'd say so, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
100% of it. And a lot of it has to do with what you just talked about too, Clark, outside factors, all this going on. You don't know what's happening here. You don't know what's happening there. And I think that throughout history, the anglers that do the best in bass fishing tournaments are the ones that are able to keep the blinders on and just go bassing each day of the event. Historically, it pans out every time. You know what I mean? Block it out and go bassing.
If you can do that, sometimes it's awfully hard, but yeah, if you can do it, you'll absolutely be better.
What do you think you got a strong mental game, KJ, fishing yet? You're sophomore, bud. How's your mental game?
I mean, I feel confident. I mean, I guess going into it, going into these tournaments, it is a little bit nerve-wracking. I'm not gonna lie. You look over and you see guys like Clark, and you see guys like Rick Clunn sitting there, and you know, I've seen one derb. Rick was sitting there sharpening his hooks on his crankbait, and I'm like, all right, it's about to get real here, you know. But I mean, you just gotta go into it looking at it. I kind of go into it looking at it as like they're just like me. We're out here trying to catch the same fish. Just go at it and just focus on just me and the fish, and not worry about everybody else.
Stay up.
Just try to focus on just me in the water.
You and the creature. You capture the creature. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Correct.
Hey, Luke, speaking of confidence, everybody's got a confidence bait, a technique, and a lake. And I want to ask you, what's your confidence technique and a lake that you can go to right now using that technique and just smash them, just knock the tar out of them? Where could you do that right now, Luke, with your confidence technique?
I'm a flipper, you know. I mean, I love big line, big rod, you know, and just hammer them when they hit it. And I'm a bad mama guy. Yum's bad mama. That's my favorite flipping bait of all time that I've ever thrown so far. And
okay,
I can take heck, it really doesn't matter. I've caught them daggum things in New York on it. I've caught them in Florida. But here in Oklahoma, I like to use it here on Lake Eufaula. It's in the bushes right now. That's one reason, because I can go over there at Braden's.
You seem excited. You see that, Clark? Look at the look on his face, Clark. You see that? They're in the bushes. Juice. They're in the bushes.
They're in when it's less than 2 foot of water and they're in them bushes, that's the juice. It's fun.
I like it. Hey, Hey, Cody, are you? Hey, KJ, are you a better fisherman than Cody Huff or John Garrett?
Oh yeah, I kick them boys' butts up and down that lake. I've learned a lot from them after that. I've spent many a days out on the water with them two boys. Yeah. There ain't no doubt about that.
I heard they can kick your butt, bud.
I don't know. Might have to break out and do it again like little Wednesday nighters on Kentucky Lake like we did in college.
Oh, goodness gracious. But what if Matt Robertson enters them on Kentucky Lake on a Wednesday night? You guys are done.
Oh, hey, let's do it. And I have to start one of it.
Is it before or after 5 o'clock?
Yeah. And Palmer's in, and he's got a few margaritas in him, and somebody else is running the shop. You know what I mean? Oh, that's awesome, man. Hey, what's the most exciting thing to you, Clark Wendlandt, about bass fishing at this point of your career? The most exciting thing about bassing?
My favorite thing about it is, and most exciting to me, is just trying to go out and figure them out each and every day. I mean, that's what I enjoy doing. That's what I'm passionate about. I mean, whether it's, my local lake here or anywhere across the country, I just want to go find them and figure them out. And so, my daughter used to really get frustrated with me because we would fish a little derb against a buddy of mine, and the buddy had 2 kids and then my 2 kids were on my team. And so we're fishing a little, but all I really cared about is finding them. I didn't care about sitting there just whacking on them.
Yeah.
And so this one particular, it didn't matter how many how many pounds we caught, it was how many fish we caught. I found this place that we called the Dink Hole, just a place you could just catch fish after fish after fish. Well, I called my buddy over and I gave it to him. I said, and my daughter is still will not let me live it down because I already found the place. It wasn't good enough for me. I needed to move on, and they won the derb right there on that place. So.
Oh my goodness! Legendary.
Can Clark go ahead and take my number and send me those holes too? I'll take those any chance you can get.
No doubt.
Everybody wants that. Hey, Clark, in your 30 years of bassing, did you ever get to do any of that exotic fishing? Like peacocks, or go to Cuba or Mexico or any of that kind of stuff? Did you ever do that?
Yeah, I've been to Mexico several times fishing. I went to El Salto and then another lake. I've been to Guerrero a couple times. So I've been to Mexico quite a few times fishing, caught some big giant fish. I've never been peacock fishing though.
Okay, gotcha. And even in Florida or nothing, you never caught a peacock?
I don't think I've ever caught one.
Wow.
But I still put a smallmouth ahead of a peacock. I just had never caught a peacock.
Oh my goodness. Could you imagine catching one of those St. Lawrence smallmouth like on a 4-foot ultralight and like 4-pound test? Like how nuts would that be? That'd be insane.
They'll call Taku. That's what he does.
Yeah, that's pretty much Taku. You're right. Yeah, you're right. That's about it. But I mean, but he's using 7-foot ultralight, so he's got a little leverage.
Oh,
got a little leverage. Little leverage there. Hey, Luke, what's the last 6+ fish you caught? Last 6+ pounder.
Dang. Why you got to put me on the spot like that?
I don't know. I'm thinking of
mine.
mine.
I ain't caught it. I haven't caught a 6 in a while, I guess. Heck, Gunnersville, maybe.
Okay.
I might have caught one. Heck, it was probably in practice because I know I didn't catch one during the tournament. That'd have been too perfect.
Always works that way.
Man, it had to been Gunnersville. I caught 1 or 2 in practice that were over 6, but other than that, I hadn't caught any 6s in a while. I'm going to this weekend. It's going to go down. No doubt.
Like your style. I like your style.
It's going to happen.
How about you,
The
KJ?
bad mammoth's coming out. I'm going to whack a couple.
Here comes the flipper. In you. How about you, KJ? You got any 6+ lately?
Man, I ain't caught a 6+ in a while. Pickwick's probably the last time I caught a 6+. I mean,
Okay.
it's been a hot minute.
All right. And how about you, Clark?
I caught some at St. Lawrence.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, show off.
Of course, that's Clark. He's a
Get the
legend.
brownie.
4-time angler of the year. You know, he can say stuff
Yeah.
like that.
No big deal.
Action figures, you know, cereal boxes, of course. Yesterday, I was over at, yesterday just happened to go out and this was drifting a Ned rig in the neighborhood creek. Didn't even know there were bigs in there and 6.5-pound smallmouth. Look at me, Clark Wendlandt.
Yeah.
It's freaking amazing.
4-foot ultralight.
With an ultralight, 4-pound line. Taku ain't got nothing on me. Oh, goodness gracious. Hey, out of the three of you guys, any of you guys know magic tricks? Do you guys know like any magic tricks?
Like now you see me, now you don't.
Yeah. I used to know party tricks that I could would get me laid at parties in college. But I don't know, but I don't know any like real card tricks or anything like that. None of you guys know any magic?
Nothing.
I think it's a lost art. I think I want to get a magic kit.
I could turn a glass into a fruit.
That's Cheech and Chong. What
peach,
about,
huh?
like, do you guys know jokes? Are any of you guys joke tellers? Like, I've never been good at telling jokes. Like, I think I'm funny sometimes, but I don't think I'm good at telling jokes. Like, I tell horrible jokes. Are you any of you guys good joke tellers? Yeah, me.
No,
Yeah,
I think I'll just fish.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe you got to have some jokes at hear jokes, especially at the hardware store, Luke. You and I have in common the fact that I actually owned a landscaping business once, and also I worked at the Gus Bach Ace Hardware in town for quite a few years, and they were the sponsor of my radio show forever as well. So I'm a hardware guy at heart too. I know aisle 6 is pesticides, and I stayed out of that aisle.
Yeah, we don't even have 6 aisles in the whole store. So
I got fired for fornicating in the lawn and garden, but that's a whole other story. We'll talk about that some other show.
I don't know if half the jokes that I hear around here we could even tell on live. So probably better keep those older guys coming in. Better calm down with them.
Now back to the bass fishing segment of our show.
Hey, okay, thanks. Good job, guys. All right. Hey, Clark, what is the and here's a chance for you guys to kind of get some rod and reel and bait sponsor plugs in. You know how they do it in the bass and biz, you know. And I want to ask you first, Clark, how many rod and reel combos do you carry at a time in your boat? And what's your favorite one? Everybody's got a favorite combo in their boat. And I'm going to ask each one of you guys this, and I'm going to start with you, Clark. How many and what's your favorite?
Me? You starting with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I probably carry, your first question was how many do you carry?
Yes, sir.
When I started in 92, I probably carried about 6, maybe 8. And now I'd say I carry probably 30 most of the time. 25, maybe 25 to 30.
Heck yeah.
Seems
I remember
many as fit in the rod box.
I remember you having lots of gold Calcuttas way back in the day.
I did have quite a few.
You used to love those 250s. I used to see you on Beaver Lake out there jacking them spots on them gold Calcuttas. Way back when. But anyway, what's the favorite one? Like, what's your favorite one you're most comfortable with, Clark?
Probably a 7-foot Bass Pro Shops Carbon Light, medium heavy. Just one that I can flip, do a lot of different things with, flip, pitch. And so, that's what I'd probably like to, if I got that one in my hand, I feel pretty good about it.
Gotcha. Yeah. And a lot of people have that as a confidence type combo as well. How about you, Luke? What do you got going on in the rod locker there? And what's your favorite?
I probably carry the least amount out of a lot of guys. I'm under 20, 18, 19 combos, unless I put my 3 spinning rods in there for some reason when we go up north.
You're so troubled on those spinning rods.
Hey, I didn't have one on. I didn't own a spinning rod till I got on the Leap 3 years ago. Literally.
Wow.
Yeah. So you should have seen me at a Hartwell trying to skip a wacky worm under a dock. I think I ended up over the top of the docks more than I did under them and stuff. So that was my marshals were probably like, "Look at this idiot."
Well,
out
we're
here, you know?
proud of you now, Luke.
Blame it on the waves.
Oh yeah,
That's all you gotta do.
yeah. It was definitely the waves. Definitely, it shot him over him, but there was no wind, so I couldn't blame it on that.
It wasn't happening.
But I'm a 7.3 veracity, medium heavy, and I Revo STX. That's my
workhorse. Can't go
that's
wrong.
my what I pick up.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do about everything with that, and it's I'm a flipper, so that really narrows it down for me.
Fits you right
but
there.
I'm a little softer rod guy because I like to drop the hammer. I don't like to just.
Yeah, we noticed.
I like to let them feel it.
Yeah, we noticed. We saw you owning them. We saw you owning them this year a little bit. Hey, KJ, how about you? How many rods you got in there, and what's your favorite one?
Man, honestly, probably near Clark, like 25 to 30 usually. I like having a bunch, just keeping a bunch on my deck so I can keep my varieties open. But, go-to rod, hands down, like about the same 7.1 medium heavy DCVR Jinko rods. I feel like I can do about anything with it that I like to fish with, my confidence baits. So, I mean, it's an all-around rod that I go to.
Wouldn't it be horrible if one day that Bassmaster implemented the rule that you can only use one rod and then you'd have to cut it off and retie something on it each time? What the heck would that do to the game, Clark? What would that do?
No, I'd be pretty lost though.
Yeah.
I hate tying baits, Don.
You have to re-spool all the time and everything. It'd be a big pain in the butt.
And Brian New would stroke out.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it.
Brian New would.
He couldn't do it. He would go nuts. He's got like 74 rods on his front deck anyway.
That would just be total. The kid wouldn't sleep. He would never sleep.
No.
He would never do it. Oh my goodness. Hey, Clarky, did you follow professional sports most of your life? So
yeah.
I want to ask you this question. So let me give you an example of myself first, and maybe it'll help you understand this. So, when you're laughing at me already. Cut it out. So when I think of a professional football player, if I close my eyes and think of a professional football player, what? I think
There's one answer.
It's Walter Payton for me.
You got it.
It's Walter Payton. When I close my eyes and I think of a professional football player, I think of Walter Payton. Basketball player Daryl Dawkins, Chocolate Thunder. Baseball player Bucky Dent. I don't know. I made that stuff up. But yeah. So my question to you is Clark, when you close your eyes and think of a professional bass fisherman, who is the model pro bass fisherman to you, Clark Wendlandt?
Kevin Van Dam.
Kevin Van Dam. Yeah. For crying out loud. ESPN even used his silhouette as bass fishing for years. I mean, it don't get more bassin' than that, does it?
I don't think so. I mean, he's the greatest of all time. So, I mean,
interesting.
Just the way it is.
Interesting. KJ, what do you think? What do you think? When you close your eyes, who's the bass fisherman? Who's the pro?
For me, it'd be Rick Clunn. For me,
Gotcha.
Honestly,
Okay.
I kind of always looked up to Rick Clunn. So, I mean, he's just he's still I don't know how old he is, but I mean he's still
193 years old.
192.
92. Sorry, stand corrected. 92.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I mean,
yes. The
it's impressive. I agree.
Yeah, Clunn, absolutely. Luke, how about you? Who is the bass fishing athlete in your eyes?
And I followed guys so long and stuff, and I had several that I just that I watched a lot. I don't really have just one. Okay. I follow Clark, Davey Height, Van Dam, Christie. Those were guys that I really that I followed and looked up to a lot throughout my life because of how their demeanor was. And that's kind of how I've tried to make myself, I guess you'd say. But I don't have just one. Those guys really have just kind of set the tone for me to watch.
Gotcha. Mine's Stan Fragerstrom. I just said that.
Pretty good.
No, Rick Clunn. 100% Rick Clunn is my bassin.
Steve Kennedy.
Dude. Really? That's Steve Kennedy when you close your eyes?
In the last couple of years, it's been Steve Kennedy.
Wow, great answer.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Favorite to watch.
Yeah. Steve's a hot mess, but boy, does he catch him.
God, he's awesome.
I love Steve.
You have no idea what's going to happen with him ever.
No.
You don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
That's entertainment.
He is. He's been on the show. We've had plenty of fun with Steve over the years. I'm gonna call him up. We need to get Steve back on here.
Yes.
There's
Yeah,
no
he'll
doubt.
probably rebuild your motor for you right there too, and watch you help you how to do it.
No problem with that. He can fix it with a salt and pepper shaker and a comb. That's all he needs.
Snorkel and some duct tape.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's got everything. He's got a brain like you wouldn't believe. Unreal. I don't know where that brain came from. But anyway. Hey, KJ Queen, is mono even necessary? Is mono even a necessary string anymore?
Yeah, I use mono. I use Trilene Big Game all the time.
Look at you.
Honestly, I mean, the Walmart special, man, go get it off the shelf and spool it up. You can't beat that.
I love it.
I mean,
it.
especially like top water for sure. I definitely like mono. But I mean, other than that, I don't really throw much mono. But I mean, if I'm using a top water, I think it's, especially on pressured lakes at all, any clear water, having compared to braid, I'd 10 times rather have mono.
Okay. How about you, Clark? You using mono much anymore for anything? But just
Not very often. I've gone to braid on most top waters. If you throw a prop bait, you got to have a mono leader. You just drive yourself nuts. And I think mono's still a viable line for top water, but I don't use it very often.
And you, Luke?
I kind of mix it in. I use it. Actually, it's more of a nylon for me. Sunline has.
Okay.
And it's got a little more stretch to it that I really like. And I do incorporate it in a lot more than what I think a lot of people do. I still throw it on a crankbait a lot, because especially a shallow running one, just because of the little more stretch. And I feel like when you're getting more nicks and stuff, and you're lying around rocks, you don't have to retie as much, because it does have that spread, a little more stretch in it for you. But that's, but top water's still the main thing, put you a leader on braid is what I do a lot. But yeah, I still keep it tied on a little bit every now and then. Maybe you want to keep that jerk bait above the grass a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Throw that on there.
Absolutely. And there's a whole different, I asked that question because there's definitely a whole different feel. I'm a winder. I like to wind a plug. And I throw a composite rod a lot of times. And I went out fishing a couple days ago when I was winding a great big plug. It's one of the, not that it matters, but it's one of those Ichikawa Rick Clunn 5 plugs. Great old big, like size, like a Strike King 4.0 or Lucky Craft 4.5 type size plug. And I threw it. I didn't want to throw it on the fluoro because Rick Clunn's using mono. So, of course, I got to use mono like Rick Clunn. So
You're playing bass fishing. You
yeah,
gotta do it, right?
I was playing bass fishing superstar, and I had to do that. So I spooled up with the 20-pound. I didn't have the big game, but I had the Trilene XT and mono. And man, what a difference a feeling is in a crankbait between fluoro and mono. It's huge. It's a huge difference, man. For if you're accustomed, if your brain is accustomed to one thing in bass fishing, how something feels, it takes a lot to overcome that in the brain. You know what I'm saying, guys?
Oh, yeah.
It's weird,
There's no comparison, how much more sensitivity you have with fluoro. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
From switching from mono to fluoro, it was like the biggest jump of my life whenever I finally did it 8 or 9 years ago. It was nuts. Yeah. I didn't realize what I was missing out on.
It's an eye opener, but it's amazing how we're such creatures of habit, especially bass fishermen are. Like, think about this, Clark. Like, okay, so you said you like your carbon light rods you're using, right? And imagine that in 2022, that Bass Pro Shop changes the carbon light material a little bit. And like, your brain has really loved the 2021 carbon light rod. But all of a sudden, Johnny Morris has Santa Claus drop you off 24 new of the carbon light 2022 models. Now you go out there and you string them up, Clark, with your favorite reels, and you go out there and you start winding. They're great rods, and you could tell they're great rods, but there's still the brain factor. You know what I mean? That brain factor is a tough one as a bass fisherman, because until you start jacking them on that rod, Clark, your brain's like, man, I don't know if this is as good as the 2021 one, even though it's really nice, and I don't know. Oh, there's a 4. This rod's the best rod ever. You know
exactly right. Take it to a good place, and it'll be a good rod.
Yeah. But isn't it nuts, Luke, KJ, Clark, how our brains work as bass fishermen? Nuts, right, guys?
Oh, 100%. Because you, like you said, just the feel completely can change your whole day. You know, just like you're talking about. Until you catch one, you wonder if you even feel about it all when you switch rods. And it took me because I was a Veritas guy my second year on Elite. That's all I had was straight Veritas.
Okay.
And then this year I switched.
Rutherford had you on the low budget. I know where you. Yeah.
Low budget line there.
Yeah.
But hey, it worked out. And when I switched to the Veracities, it was a heck of a change. Because I mean, they're a little bit lighter and stuff, but they just feel different. And it took me a little bit of getting used to, and then, like you said, when you smack one or two, it comes back to you real quick.
Yeah, 100%, bud. The brain got to just recalculate the brain. Hey, speaking of recalculating the brain, I got a question for you, a seasoned veteran, KJ Queen, who's sophomore year. You're now a veteran. He's a veteran now, Clark. He's a sophomore.
Sounds good.
Hey, what's the dumbest trend you have ever seen, KJ, in all your years of bass fishing? The dumbest trend in bassing you've ever seen?
I don't know. That's a hard one.
Yeah. Think about it. What's just a technique or something that you just don't agree with?
Well, can I say a technique that I didn't think would work, but actually worked?
There you go. Okay.
All right. So my buddy, Grant Rudder, first time we went fishing on Kentucky Lake, it was my roommate. First time ever meeting this guy. He's from Pennsylvania. I'm from New York. I'm still in that little high school stage where it's like, I know it all type deal, you know. Well, me and him go together and we're like, kind of like, oh, I know this, I know that, blah, blah, blah. Well, we go fishing and he breaks out a shaky head and with just a regular old robo worm on it, just like a 1/4 ounce head. And he's like, man, and he has his northern accent to him at the time. And I used to give him a hard time for it, you know, this, that, and another. But
yank.
He was talking and he's like, man, I used to take this shaky head and we'd stroke a shaky head and we used to jack him on it. Well, I was like, man, you're full of it, blah, blah, blah. Well, we fished later on that day and we never really picked it up until we were coming in and we were at the marina there, Paris Marina. And you know, the little rocks that come out right there at the Paris Marina.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And he was sitting there. He threw a shaky head up there. And he's like, man, I'm telling you, watch this. I catch him stroking this shaky head. He didn't get that out of his mouth. And like 2 strokes later, he just catches like a 5-pounder.
Oh, gosh.
I'm like, are you kidding me? I was like, this kid, like, what? And then so later on, I tried that. So I kind of forgot about it. And then last summer, I was at the house and I started taking a shaky head and just stroking a shaky head just because I thought of it back in college, you know, 5 years ago, just joking around with him. And should have probably tried it back then and actually started catching them catching spots that way because it just kind of make them react to the bait almost. They'd see it and make them react. And, you know, it was pretty cool, but I never would have thought that would actually work.
There it is. Hey, Luke, Clark, that's an example of a seasoned veteran right there in time on the water, right?
I'm writing stuff down, actually.
Yeah. It all computed right there. You guys have all had pretty successful careers, to say the least, so far. And Ryan Pop Cornelius Whitaker, he's an opens competitor now, guys. So I hope he's fishing against you guys someday. But in the meantime, he spent a couple hours today probing Ronnie Moore. And as painful as it may have been for Ronnie, he got some amazing information from Ronnie Moore about you 3 gentlemen. And
it had been a while.
Yeah. I think that you're going to be pretty impressed when you hear these stats right here from Ryan and Ronnie.
Impressed.
Yeah, Ronnie took some warming up today.
Yeah,
it's been about a month.
Yeah, I know, Ryan. You've been out fishing opens and things, and haven't been here on the Wednesday. And Ronnie, it took a while for Ronnie to even answer your text. But
That's
anyway,
right. Yeah, he got me.
So what are you about to convey to these gentlemen here?
I'm gonna give you some numbers, but who wants to go first? I know you don't know what's coming, but somebody raise their hand, even though I can't see it.
Palmer's first.
Palmer's
okay.
first.
Yeah.
All right. Luke Palmer. So
okay,
just going to run down some Bassmaster stats here and give you some numbers you might not have heard. Luke, you fished 39 derbies. You've been to 2 classics, 6 top 10s. Pretty good. You have caught 1,329 pounds of bass. You've won $286,241.
Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second.
Yes, sir.
Well, okay. So Luke Palmer has caught how many pounds of bass?
1,329 pounds.
1,329 pounds.
Yes.
In your how many years? That's like since 2018 or
39 tournaments.
39 derbs.
Yep.
That's a lot of LBs.
It's a lot of pounds.
Okay, you're doing okay, Luke Palmer. And,
Need some more.
Yeah. And what else you got, Pop? Sorry,
And then-
I had to interrupt.
That's all
you
right. And then the $286,241.
He's won
in winnings.
280 something thousand.
86,000.
286,000. That's a lot of. That's some trips to Long John Silver's, bud. You can eat at the good places.
1 or 2.
Yeah, at the good places. you can get extra crumbs. And
So the number you
Exactly.
may not have heard
okay,
is how much each pound of bass you've caught weighs.
so
or is worth.
is worth.
Sorry.
So each
Yeah.
pound of bass that you have caught is worth what in money, bud? What is
$215 a pound.
$215 a pound?
Yes.
So every bass you catch, Luke Palmer, on the Bassmaster Elite Series is worth $215 a pound.
Is that with or without taxes?
That's
That's up to you, but probably with tax.
yeah, but still, it's $215 a pound. So think about
I
that.
take it around here.
Yeah, next time you
Yeah,
do
yeah.
jack that 6-pounder in a derb or lose that 4-pounder, it goes both.
Gosh, you always got to throw that. You got to be the guy that throws the losing fish in there. Huh? Why you got to say that?
Then it goes into the negs, the negs.
Oh,
Who you
okay.
got up next?
And
Who's
then,
next?
well, just one other easy one for Luke, but you're averaging $7,339 per tournament,
okay,
which is solid.
nice.
Yes.
We like those
Terrible.
stats as a derber. That's consistent.
Yes, sir.
Consistent. Who's up next? Who's
Let's
up next?
let's take KJ next. sir.
KJ. Okay.
Okay.
KJ
Short,
Queen.
short and sweet here.
Sophomore.
Yeah,
Couple,
yeah.
not too many derbs.
Yeah, well, we got some. I'm sure we got some opens mixed in here as well.
yeah.
So 17 derbies in your
Okay.
Bassmaster career.
Gotcha.
2 top 10s, 4 top 20s. You've caught 470 pounds of bass.
470 LBs.
You've won $90,265.
That's
and
okay.
some change. There's change. I didn't write it down. You've caught. Hold on 1 second. Oh, there it is. All right.
Potato.
Sorry, I didn't know if I read the pound. Yeah, 470 pounds. All right. Comes out to 192 pounds. Jesus.
Holy cow, Ryan.
I'm
Have another
rusty,
shot
man.
at Tin Cup,
I'm
would you?
rusty.
Bassmaster. Bassmaster.
$192 a pound.
$192 a pound for a sophomore. That's pretty good.
very
Not
good.
bad. Not bad,
Yeah.
KJ Queen.
Hey, I'll take it.
And you're on $5,309 per derb.
5K a derb.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. Hey,
It's real good, actually. I mean,
Clark, you wish you were doing that in 1990, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, let's get to the legend.
yeah,
Clark,
the real test is can you do that for a long time?
can you do that for
you
30
sustain?
years?
Yes,
yeah.
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 So on to Clark.
On to
Here.
Clark Wendlandt.
Clark Wendlandt. 123 derbies with Bassmasters.
123 Bassmaster.
And let's keep in
derbs.
mind, again, you mentioned some FLW stats. He did a bunch of this stuff at Bassmasters, too. So we're at FLW. We're at Bassmasters. 123 derbies.
Gotcha. These are Ronnie Moore stats.
Been to 5 classics. 2 second places, 3 thirds, 23 top 10s.
Ooh.
You caught 3,512 pounds of bass.
Holy shnikes.
$657,973.
That's a lot of money.
You're at $187 a pound.
$187 a pound for an over 30-year span of bassing.
123 derbies.
100. Wow.
Yep.
Holy cow, Clark.
Impressive.
That's pretty consistent, bud.
And then real close to KJ for average per derb, $5,349 per tournament.
Yeah, well, of course, KJ, seasoned veteran.
But KJ didn't fish in the 90s.
They only paid $26,000
Yeah.
when
yeah.
you won back then.
Yeah, making a top 10 back then was not as good. Comparatively. Yeah.
Unreal, man. But hey, in retrospect, amazing, guys. That's pretty cool when you look at it that way. Think about it. That's something to keep at. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And I got to take this opportunity to tell you guys I had a good time tonight, guys. I had fun with you guys. I hope you had fun too.
No doubt.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, Pat, every time I'm on with you, I pretty much feel like I got to pretty much buckle my seatbelt because you never know what's coming. I mean, that's just the way it is. So, but I enjoy it. You're about the most knowledgeable guy I know in bass fishing. So,
wow, holy cow, Clark! Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. That's really an honor to hear from a guy like you. And I mean that sincerely. I've admired your career for many years. And the thing that I just want to convey with that being said, Clark, is that I started this show with these gentlemen here. I got in radio long ago, but the reason that we started this was to celebrate you guys, the professional anglers, and that's what this show is about. We're just a bunch of bass fishing freaks, and we bring the best bass anglers in the world to the Bass Galaxy every Wednesday to celebrate you guys in appreciation of what you do for us, the bass fishing fans.
Well, hey, and we thank you because guys like you that are as into it as you are, know as much as you are, your passion shows, and it's fun to be on with you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Thank you, Clark.
And Clark, we've enjoyed watching you for so many years. KJ, we look forward to your sophomore year, and Luke Palmer to your senior year at bat here on the Elite.
Yeah, maybe we get some blue trophies.
I think it's coming. Hey, KJ, what do you got to say before we get out of here? What do you want to say?
I just appreciate y'all guys letting me on the show. I mean, to get on here with two hammers, I mean, that's awesome. I mean, that's pretty cool to me. I mean, no doubt.
Yeah.
And another thing I want to plug out there for my own Queen Tackle, go online and check it out, queentackle.com, and use KJ Queen 20, all caps, and get 20% off on queentackle.com.
There you go. Awesome. I like that. 20 off, and I can even get the big size switchblade, chatterbait blade. That's the sneaky thing that not everyone's talking about, but everyone's using on the chatterbaits in the muddy water and the dirty water on the stuff, and the switchblade and catching giant bass. That one, I can get that.
The switchblade. Yep.
Okay, good.
Queen 20.
Queen 20, I can get the big blades. It's the large size. Don't order the little ones. Get the large size. Did I say all that out loud? And I'm not even sponsored by you? What the heck? Hey, send him a bill, would you, at the end of this? Hey, Luke, what do you got to say before we get out of here? But first, I enjoyed having you, Luke, and I like our bond as hardware guys. Let me just say that.
No, I appreciate it. I finally got over a little mini heart attack because I've watched the show several times back here when I'm marking freight in. I can stick the old phone up there and watch Stray Cast, and I've enjoyed it. And I was like Clark. I was like, boy, this guy's gonna throw some stuff out there, and we don't know what it's gonna be. Right. But I've enjoyed it, And a thing I want to throw out there is, hey, go check out Gill Fishing. We got some new hats that are gonna be coming out, and a bunch of good rain suits, UV Tech. Go check them out. Like I said, gillfishing.com.
Gillfishing.
But hey, I've enjoyed it being with you guys, and I'm looking forward to next year, and maybe looking forward to possibly getting back on the show, maybe holding one of them blue trophies, maybe that black trophy at the Classic. That would be fun.
Yeah,
but I really appreciate it, and I thank you guys.
Yeah, and thank you. And again, we look forward to enjoying your guys' further progression on the Bassmaster Elite Series. And Bass Galaxy, give it up for KJ Queen, Clark Wendlandt, and Luke Palmer. Bassmaster Elite Series anglers. Right there, guys. Peace, brothers.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks again. I had a blast. Thanks. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
There it is, right there.
Those guys are like, oh my God, he didn't make us sing.
Well,
That's
I don't
what
know.
they're worried about.
So, but
sure.
But
right?
But here's a lot of the professional anglers, I don't do pre-interviews. So when I talk, because I like to be just as I like to hear it just like the audience hears it. Yeah. In other words, so I don't do. I don't do pre-interviews with.
Don't stick all your fish in practice.
Just stick them.
Right.
We do it right at the derb. We do it at the derb. So I think we're taking a break real quick, Ginge. Is that what we're doing? And we're coming back with this is your opportunity. Here during the break, you can still like and share this live Facebook feed. And when we come back, we have a representative, Scott, from Empire Covers, and he is going to give one lucky member of the Bass Galaxy an Empire Covers cover deal. 800-588, cover your bass boat today. Powerful down.
Minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition and liftoff.
All right. Pretty good. Pretty neat. Welcome back. This is the glorified version of a bass fishing talk show. Expect no less than glorification of the amazing world of bass fishing. And with that being said, we're pretty proud to bring to you a representative of one of our advertising partners on this show. We're pretty stoked about this partnership because it keeps it covered and it keeps it safe and clean. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Scott from Empire Covers. Hello. How you doing, bud?
Good. How you doing?
Hi, welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
I like your double French doors in the background.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
The home office these days.
It's oak. It's a fine oak.
It's all the rage.
For those that'll be listening on the iTunes tomorrow, Scott is behind fine oak frosted glass French doors. I'm giving a very descriptive, and also thank you. I think five lucky viewers got some hats from Popcorn Whitaker. Compliments of
Four so far.
Yeah,
there's still one to give away.
Oh, there's still one to give away because Ryan forgot till halfway through the show. He's like, "Oh shit, I'm supposed to give hats away."
No, they were getting weak on the jokes. So.
Oh yeah, because you were looking for good jokes.
Looking for good jokes, boat cover jokes. Yeah. Got a couple good ones.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're giving away some hats
so one more.
And Scott's no stranger to keeping it covered. Empire Covers besides covers for bass boats. You got everything. My parents ordered a grill cover from you guys. I mean, you got everything over there, bud.
Yeah, we pretty much, cover everything. This is the hat, by the way.
There
if anyone's wondering what it looks like.
I like that.
But yeah, we cover pretty much everything. Obviously, boat covers, pontoon covers. We even have bimini tops, for some shade in the sun. We got car covers. RV covers, ATV covers.
I feel like this is Forrest Gump right now. It's like
I can go on and on,
Covers of Bimini. Well, I mean, let's face it. Bass boat covers are very important, Scott, because there's nothing worse than a wet boat for. I mean, we hate it. It's soggy knees and getting rolling around in the wet carpet. Andy, you hate that. You hate when all your Ichikawas get rusty in there, and it's nasty. But Empire Covers, I want to tell you this. I thank you guys. You sent me a cover for my Crestliner XF189, and basically all you got to do on Empire Covers is you go in and you plug in your boat, and you guys tell the bass boat owner, the boat owner, exactly what cover you need. Dude, you sent it over, and it was like Granny's shower cap I mean, that thing fit on there perfect, bro. I mean, I won't bump, slink, boom, pull over, done deal. It's the easiest cover I ever had in my life, and thank you very much. I thank you, Scott, and thank Patrick as well over at Empire. Thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, we were happy to send it to you, and glad you love it. We got, like you said, we cover pretty much all boats, all bass boats. You just go to our site. We make it super easy. You plug in your your make, model, year of your boat. If for some reason you don't see it listed, you can just go straight to and shop by your size of your boat.
There it
so
is.
If you got an 18-foot boat, you got a 20-foot boat, just plug that in, and we got a range of selection of products, all different price points and protection levels. I think we sent you the Aqua Armor, if I'm not mistaken.
It was the Aqualung. You sent me the Jethro Tull Aqualung, is what you sent.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
We know you're a fan of them, so. Yeah, I mean, we got a great deal going on for the Straycast, viewership. If you go to our site, you can get an extra 15% off.
That's
using
cool.
the promo code Straycasts.
Okay.
So yeah, we're definitely happy to be working with you.
Thanks, dude. We
glad
appreciate
you love the cover.
Yeah, thanks, dude. And we appreciate it on our end as well. And here's the real meat and potatoes. And this is what everybody out there in the Bass Galaxy has been waiting for, and that is a chance to get a free boat cover. Compliments of you, Scott, and Pat over at the Empire Covers. Now you get a choice too, Scott.
Okay.
Because like Andy, he can get what? He can get drum roll, or he can get medieval
Fanfare.
Yeah, we have medieval fanfare. You can what do you want? What do you want to get, Scott?
We'll go for the classic drum roll.
Okay, real easy. That's a producer's favorite right there. The classic drum roll. And do you have the winner, Scott?
Do I have the winner?
Yeah.
Of who had the best joke?
No, no. The winner of the boat cover. Who got him the winner of the boat cover? Oh, check your email real quick. They're saying. And
check my email?
Yeah, yeah. You should have the winner of the boat cover.
1 second.
Not your Hotmail account. Your Empire account.
Okay.
Not from your MySpace, bud.
I actually, the only email I got from you is the join link.
What the world is going on over here? Kate? What is Kate doing? No, look from Kate. Look for Kate.
Oh, yes.
You might have got one from Kate. Kate.
Yeah, Kate at Professional Edge.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's her.
It says you can join. It's just a link.
Oh, no.
Goodness gravy. Well, what are we going to do? How is Scott going to give the winner? This is going amazingly well.
Who's got the winner?
You can do the honors for me.
We're not going anywhere until Scott gets the winner. What's that? It's in the chat. So
you can do the honors for me if you would like.
No, you have to do it, Scott.
It's in the chat. Just look on the Zoom.
Yeah, we got to make this official.
Oh, Andy said, look in your Zoom chat.
Ooh.
Whatever that means. I don't know. I just host a talk show and say things.
Where's the drum roll?
Oh, okay, we got it. Yes, Scott. This is how you talk show. The winner of the Empire cover. Compliments of Empire.
The winner is Warren Beard.
Who?
I like that. See, I got my beard.
Nice.
Got Warren Beard winning it.
Warren Beard. Warren Beard. I like it. He did that Werewolf of London song, too. That's awesome.
Warren Beard Zevon.
Warren Beard, you are the winner of the Empire cover. Pretty
Congrats, Warren. We'll send you a hat, too, buddy.
Awesome. So I guess all you got to do, Warren, is just direct message the Straycast Bookface page. Attention, Jake Haas, and we'll get that information to Kate over in Jersey, and we'll get the cover over to you. Heck yeah. Scott, thanks, dude. What do you think of the Straycast show? Your first appearance ever.
I love it. I was watching the show beforehand.
Nice.
Definitely a lively bunch here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I did a lot of fishing growing up. I do some fishing now too. So it was awesome. Thanks for having me on.
You should see me when I'm not on my medication. But Scott, it's really good. The show's really good then. Hey, bud, again, thank you, Empire Covers. Thank you, Scott, and thanks, Pat, over at Empire for your support of Straight Cast. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Warren Beard, congratulations.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, guys.
Appreciate
really
it.
have fun.
See you next time, dude. Peace.
All right. See you guys.
There it is, right there. Another episode of Straight
Covers.
Cast, the Bass Fishing Glorified Talk Show Extravaganza.
Yeah.
And you know what we got next week? Andy, you know what we got next week? No. Andy, turn your mic on. All right, you know what we got next week, Andy?
No.
I'm going to give you 3 guesses, Andy. 3 guesses. The first 2 don't count. Who do you think our guests are next week, Andy?
Bobby Murray.
No, wow. I know. Is Bobby still? Is he
I think so.
I think I saw him at a cup. Yeah. Who guess our guess? Guess our guess.
Hazel Baden.
Not Basil Bacon,
Not
nor
Basil Bacon?
nor Bo Dowden. No, none of them. But
Ray Hanselman Jr.
they Virgil Ward.
Virgil Ward?
No, but they are fellow Crestliner teammates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And,
JC?
Yeah. Not Jesus Christ.
No, John Cox.
But he is my fellow Crestliner teammate.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and John Cox. Yes,
I think
John Cox
I heard JC.
is coming on the show, and Keith Carson with 1 N in real life.
Yeah.
Is coming on the show, and the winner of the MX-19. I can't think of dude's name. It's
He's from Texas.
Yeah, he's from Tejas.
he
He
cool?
knows Kenny Powers, the guy that won.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's coming on. And that's I don't know if we're doing it here at Stray Cast or if we're doing it on the Crestliner channel. But yeah, we'll definitely let you know. And then tomorrow, don't forget Crestliner.
1 p.m.
Was it 1 p.m., Andy?
Central.
1 p.m. Central on the Crestliner Facebook page, the world premiere virtual walkthrough of the MX-19. It is available to order tomorrow, 1 p.m. on the live Crestliner site. Until next week, I'm Pat Renwick. I thank you all for joining us tonight on this thin raft of bassin that we all enjoy. I thank you, Bite Me Tackle, and your fine jigging heads and components. Thank you, Bite Me Tackle. Thank you, Outcast Tackle. I've been into that cage fighter jig. It sticks them. Something about it sticks it. It's a good dang jig.
Want to try one?
Thank you, Tin Cup Whiskey, and the official word of the week in the La Flama Blanca Llama Lemonade, whatever that means.
Bassmaster.
Thank you, Bassmaster son.
It was said a lot.
Sims Fishing. I don't know what to say. Everything you have is cool. Sims Fishing, thank you. Omnia, shopwithseth.com. Shopwithseth.com. Omnia Fishing. Abu Garcia, Berkeley, the good people of Pure Fishing, thank you so much. Power Pole, we power pole down for pleasure all the time. KVD line and lower, Lawan, Road.
That's a freaky word, man.
Bow to stern. TH Marine, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Alpha Angler, thank you. Andy, who am I forgetting? Huh? Porta Potties?
War Eagle.
Oh, Porta Potties. Thank you, Porta Potty. Also, War Eagle. Who else, Andy?
Did you say Bravarni?
That's right. Thank you. I did not.
Dan Bravarni.
Dan Bro. Varney.
Swim Jigs.
100%. 100%.
Throw 'em.
And also, of course, who throws shade at you, Andy, besides me? Amphibia. Are you happy, Andy? Andy's happy. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another Stray Cast Media production. Thank you, Andrew Ellenberger. Thank you, Ryan Popcorn Whitaker. And thank you, Bass Galaxy. I'm Pat Renwick. I bid you peace. We see you next week. Same time, somewhere. See you then or see you on another time. Pow.